Over the past several years, as Marvel has made it clear that they are far more interested in identity politics than in actually entertaining people, we saw a lot of characters in the Marvel Cinematic Universe get mistreated and destroyed. One of them has to be the character of Thor. I think you can argue a lot of that started with Ragnarok, but then with what we saw in Endgame, and the culmination with Thor Love and Thunder is an absolute disgrace. And it looks like Chris Hemsworth may not have been very happy about it either. Now, this is, of course, coming on the heels of Chris Hemsworth making a very serious announcement that he's stepping away from acting for a few years. He's not retiring, anything like that. But he did do a sit-down interview where he revealed that he has a genetic predisposition towards developing Alzheimer's disease. Not like he's going to get it right now, just, hey, he has a higher chance of getting it, so he wanted to focus on the things that are important to him. I don't think anybody is going to fault somebody for something like that. Hopefully him and his family continue to be absolutely as healthy as can possibly be. But in the midst of talking about that, he got asked about his career, and he said something that seemed very pointed at a certain Taika Waititi. In seeming dig at Taika Waititi, Thor star Chris Hemsworth says he refuses to work with any more mad genius directors. In an apparent but plausibly deniable dig against Thor Ragnarok and Thor Love and Thunder director Taika Waititi, franchise star Chris Hemsworth has said he not only will he no longer work with any mad genius directors, but he's also only interested in returning as the God of Thunder if there's something unique and fresh and unexpected to do with the character in the world. That's interesting because what have we seen time and time again? Oh, it's a story of Thor finding himself. Oh, he's got to find himself, who I'm really about, what I mean, what I want to do. It's the same thing over and over and over again. People are sick and tired of it. Thor Love and Thunder was a massive box office disappointment for Marvel, even though some box office analysts on YouTube didn't want to believe me, even when they showed up in my chat and said, what? A disappointment? Oh, it 100% was, and now everybody is now being forced to admit that. If there's anyone that's been privy to MCU's tendency to ruin its characters in service of cheap laughs, it's Thor quadrilogy star Chris Hemsworth. From retreading the exact same I must find myself plot line to being essentially just a massive laughingstock, especially with Fat Thor and Endgame, we know what's happened. Given this bastardization of what was once presented as the MCU's most dedicated heroes, it comes as no surprise the actor recently found himself becoming more discerning with the selection of his roles. He gets asked if these experiences focused on longevity change the way you plan your future. He says 100%. I'm at the point in my life where I'm meeting with different directors and people say, oh yeah, look, he's a mad genius, says Hemsworth. He's mad, but he's a genius and he'll make great films. I'm like, is that who I want to spend my days with? 4 months, 5 months of shooting, and then you got press and possible reshoots and so on. Though Hemsworth did not name any names, given the director's reputation for caring more about subverting expectations than delivering a coherent story, his active disregard for quality control of his own films, it's presumed the actor's new project vetting was born from his experience working with Taika Waititi. And that's kind of bolstered by the fact that when you look at some of the people that Hemsworth has been working with lately, none of them you could really put in that type of category other than Taika Waititi. And of course, Taika Waititi, when they were filming Thor Love and Thunder, he was caught on set, having a relationship with some different people, like very out in the open, things like that, just distractions for the movie, just distractions for the MCU. And when you look at the movies that have been done, I didn't like Ragnarok. I know a lot of people did initially. It's funny because Thor Love and Thunder is basically just Thor Ragnarok again, but now more people are fucking catching on to this. I didn't like Thor Ragnarok because it was a complete deviation from this entire character. The way the character was established in Thor, in Avengers, in Thor The Dark World, in Age of Ultron, it is a complete and total departure from that character and pretending like no one's gonna notice. And I didn't like it for what it meant for the MCU. I thought they were just trying to be more like Guardians of the Galaxy. Love Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't want Thor to turn into that, but that's exactly what they did. And it looks like maybe Chris Hemsworth wasn't super excited about it either. To this end, Hemsworth told Brzezian, now, if someone's going to pull me away from my family and my kids, it's got to be a positive, constructive, collaborative experience. I shot with George Miller on the prequel to Fury Road, and I said to my agent, that's what I want to spend my work hours with, someone who is kind and collaborative and interesting. As would be expected of any interview, the conversation eventually turned to the MCU. Is there more Thor in your future? And he said, I don't know. I think there'd be more to say if people want to hear me say it. They always tease more at the end of their movies. Look, I'm open to it if there's something unique and fresh and unexpected. I've loved the experience, and I've been thankful to do something different each time. I think it's pretty obvious that by talking about mad geniuses, you have to be talking about Taika Waititi. And when you look, again, when you look at what happened with Thor Love and Thunder, with that massive budget, all these different cameos, Guardians of the Galaxy, blah, 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 all this stuff, and you barely break even on that movie, it was a massive disappointment to Marvel. But again, this is what they've been doing. Phase 4 has been a disappointment. Phase 4 has been a disaster. And it looks like Chris Hemsworth isn't exactly looking forward to another Thor movie with Taika Waititi. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone. And a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.